What's going on, baseball fans? So in this video, I'm going to fix the Los Angeles Angels. There's a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. The only player I think the Angels should let go of is Jason Castro. At 33 years old, he's been seeing some advanced defensive numbers, minus his framing, decrease in the last few seasons. He had 11 defensive runs saved back in 2017 with the Twins, but in 2018 that decreased to 1, and in 2019 it became -7. So far in 2020, he's at -2. As for saving runs from runners on the bases, in 2019 he had -2. As for the offense, it doesn't really jump out all that much. While he did have 13 homers last season, his OPS was still under 800. With Max Stassi under club control for a few more seasons, the Angels should move on here. The first guy to bring back is Julio Tehran, who they brought in on a one-year deal before this season. He has gotten off to a bit of a late start due to testing positive for COVID, but this is a guy with a track record of logging a lot of innings each year. Since 2013, Tehran hasn't pitched less than 174 innings. During this time, he averaged 191 innings a season and a 3.64 ERA. His FIP, however, is a bit higher at 4.22, but he'll be fine with a good Angels defense behind him. He's also shown he's been more difficult to hit than others, as he ranks in the top 40% in hard hit ball percentage, as well as being in the top 30% in fastball spin rate and top 20% in curveball spin rate. Tehran will be valuable to have for a rotation that's lacked innings eaters in recent memory. The next guy to re-sign is Tommy La Stella. When he came to the Angels in 2019, he was having a breakout season that earned him a trip to the All-Star game before he went down with a broken leg. For the season overall, he hit .295 with 16 homers, 44 RBIs, an .832 OPS, and a WRC plus of 122, which is considered above average. He also had an ISO percentage of 192, which shows that he did very well at getting extra base hits. He won't provide the best defense though, as he's averaged over -2 defensive runs saved a season in the last 3 years, but he can play multiple positions including second, third, and first. Last but not least, we're going to bring back Andrelton Simmons. Even though he's coming off of a season in which he had an OPS under 700, along with only 7 homers and 40 RBIs, he still has one of the most elite gloves in the game. In the last 3 seasons, he's easily the highest rated defender at short and ranks second at any position, only behind Yasmani Grandal. If we can work on the bat a bit and get that going, it will definitely be worth it considering how good he is with the glove. After undergoing Tommy John surgery in 2018, Angels fans had high hopes for Ohtani coming back and being one of their best pitchers in the rotation, especially in a rotation that's desperate for pitching. However, after a couple starts in 2020, Ohtani has been shut down for the rest of the season in the pitching department after an elbow strain. At this point, it's very hard to rely on Ohtani as a starter from a health standpoint, and the Angels need to move forward without planning on him being a starting pitcher. If the Angels do want to keep Ohtani on the mound, one option could be as the team's closer. He has excellent stuff that I think could excel in that role, and it would lighten the workload for him while still offering a lot of value. Madden has also said he would be open to Ohtani hitting on days that he pitches, so he could be the designated hitter and still come out of the bullpen in the same game. Another option is a bit out in left field, no pun intended, but you could just give up on Ohtani pitching and try him out in the outfield. He has a good arm shown by him throwing in the high 90s on the mound, so maybe the Angels could go with the Rick Ankiel approach and convert him into an outfielder. Either way, as of right now, while it may be a bit of an overreaction considering his elbow is hurt again, it seems a bit out of the question to keep having him being a starting pitcher at this point. Personally, I would love to see Ohtani hit a go-ahead homer in a tie game in the 9th inning on the road, and then close out the game in the bottom of the 9th. I mean, come on, tell me that wouldn't be cool. Even if Ohtani somehow becomes the team's closer, I think they should try to sign an established arm for the bullpen, especially with Hansel Robles losing the closer role this past week and the bullpen as a whole ranking 24th in baseball. There's many options, but one I find really intriguing is Liam Hendriks. The Athletics are known historically for not re-signing players to bigger money deals, and with Hendriks being familiar with the AL West, it could be a great opportunity for the Angels to bring in a guy like Hendriks on a 2 or 3 year deal. Sure, relievers can be up and down year to year, but what I like about Hendricks is his versatility. He's obviously shown the ability to close out games, but he's also shown the ability to pitch in the middle innings, the 8th inning, as well as multiple innings at a time. There are other options like Ken Giles, but he's on the IL right now with elbow soreness. There's also Kirby Yates, who's also a guy experienced being out west in San Diego. Whoever it is, the Angels need to get an arm to anchor the bullpen. The most obvious weakness for the Angels is the starting pitching, and one pitcher that could be had is Joe Musgrove on the Pirates, considering he's 27 going into his prime, and the Pirates are going into a complete rebuild. In 2018 and 2019, he had a lower FIP at 3.72 compared to his ERA at 4.28. And he averaged 8 strikeouts per 9. First, he's striking out more than 10 batters per 9, which ranks among the top 25% of pitchers. He also ranks in the top 25% in exit velocity average, which shows he's not giving up a lot of hard hit balls. He's also cost controlled through 2023, so he will cost something, but in my opinion, the Angels have someone that they can trade, and that's their number 2 prospect according to MLB.com, outfielder Brandon Marsh. As of right now, he's blocked in their system with Mike Trout in center, Joe Adell officially coming up and playing him right, Justin Upton signed through 2022, and Brian Goodwin under club control until 2023. The Angels also have outfield prospect Jordan Adams in their system, who could see himself in the majors in the next 2 to 3 years. My point is that the Angels can afford to lose someone like Brandon Marsh, and he has a good amount of value considering how well he's hit in the minors so far. Back to Musgrove though, this would give the Angels a rotation of Joe Musgrove, Andrew Heaney, Griffin Canning, Julio Tehran, and Dylan Bundy. It's not the best rotation out there, but it is competitive, and by far the best rotation the Angels have had since the mid-2010s. The Angels will probably have to add another prospect or two with Brandon Marsh, but I think this would be a good trade for both sides. With no catchers in the system ready to take over behind the plate, Jason Castro digressing a bit defensively and not being all that great offensively, along with Max Stassi probably being more of a backup catcher, it's time for the Angels to shore up the catching position for the long term. The perfect person will be free agent catcher JT Realmuto. With Albert Pujols' contract up after 2021 and Justin Upton's contract up after 2022, the Angels will be able to make this contract work for the long term. In my opinion, JT Realmuto is the best catcher in the game because of how good he is defensively and offensively. Since his first full season in 2015 with the Marlins, he's only been getting better each year in home runs, RBIs, and OPS. In 2019, he had 25 homers, 83 RBIs, and an 820 OPS. What really makes Realmuto special though is his defense. He's great at blocking and receiving, shown with his 12 defensive runs saved last season. He's awesome at pitch framing, shown by saving 8 runs with his framing alone in 2019. He also has a really good arm, shown by saving 10 runs by throwing out runners alone. Signing Realmuto would give the Angels time to develop a catcher after him, and it would give them a hellacious lineup with Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon, Albert Pujols, Justin Upton, and now JT Realmuto. So that's how I would fix the Angels. Tell me your thoughts down below. Tell me some things that you would do to fix the Angels. But that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.